Since its establishment in 1945, the United Nations has grappled with the complex challenge of maintaining international peace and security. Central to this endeavor are its peacekeeping operations, which have evolved significantly from traditional observer missions to multifaceted interventions in conflicts. At the heart of these operations lies the UN Security Council, whose resolutions serve as the legal and political bedrock for every peacekeeping mission. This video will explore the indispensable role of the UN Security Council in UN peacekeeping, examining how its decisions shape the establishment, mandate, resources, and effectiveness of these critical interventions. The UN Security Council's authority to establish peacekeeping operations is derived primarily from Chapter VI and Chapter VII of the UN Charter. Chapter VI, dealing with the Pacific settlement of disputes, allows the Council to recommend methods of adjustment or terms of settlement. Peacekeeping missions under this chapter typically require the consent of the host state and involve unarmed or lightly armed observers. Chapter VII, concerning action with respect to threats to the peace, breaches of the peace, and acts of aggression, grants the Council the power to take more robust measures, including the use of force, to maintain or restore international peace and security. Many modern peacekeeping missions operate under Chapter VII mandates, allowing them to protect civilians, enforce ceasefires, and disarm combatants, even without the explicit consent of all parties. Every UN peacekeeping operation is initiated by a UN Security Council's resolution. This resolution is not merely a formality, it is a meticulously negotiated document that defines the mission's purpose, scope, and duration. It outlines the specific tasks the peacekeepers are authorized to undertake, such as monitoring ceasefires, protecting civilians, facilitating humanitarian aid, supporting elections, or assisting in disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration programs. The resolution also specifies the authorized force levels, including the number of military troops, police personnel, and civilian staff. This detailed mandate is crucial as it provides the legal framework for the peacekeepers' actions on the ground and serves as a benchmark for evaluating their performance. Without a clear and legitimate mandate from the UNSC, a peacekeeping operation would lack the international legal standing and political backing necessary to operate effectively and gain the cooperation of member states. Beyond the initial authorization, the UN Security Council continuously influences the dynamics of peacekeeping operations through its ongoing resolutions. The Council's willingness to commit resources, express sentiment towards conflict actors, and determine the timing of interventions significantly impacts a mission's effectiveness. UN Security Council's commitment to providing robust peacekeeping forces is directly reflected in the authorized troop levels. These levels vary greatly across conflicts, from nearly 15,000 personnel in Liberia to 4,250 in Sudan. These numbers are not arbitrary. They are a product of UN Security Council's deliberations and reflect the perceived severity of the conflict, the complexity of the mandate, and the political will of the permanent 5 members and other Council members. Higher authorized force levels generally indicate a stronger commitment from the international community and can enhance a mission's ability to deter violence and protect civilians. The UN Security Council also tracks changes in authorized force levels over a conflict's lifetime, noting expansions or reductions based on evolving circumstances on the ground. The sentiment expressed within UN Security Council's resolutions towards conflict actors plays a crucial role in shaping the mission's approach and effectiveness. Resolutions can explicitly laud or condemn the actions of government or rebel factions. The document provides examples of such language, using terms like applauds or condemns to denote approval or disapproval. When the UN Security Council names and shames specific actors for their transgressions, it sends a powerful signal to the international community and the conflict parties themselves. This explicit identification of bad actors can serve as a deterrent, as it signals the UNSC's commitment to imposing future costs on human rights abusers, potentially through increased peacekeeping force levels, expanded mandates, or even sanctions and embargoes. Conversely, a lack of explicit sentiment might be interpreted as neutrality, potentially giving disputants more latitude to pursue their agendas without fear of international repercussions. A higher intensity of anti-rebel resolutions, when paired with robust troop levels, significantly reduces one-sided rebel violence against civilians, demonstrating the tangible impact of UN Security Council sentiment. The timing of peacekeeping establishment is another critical aspect influenced by the UN Security Council. Some conflicts receive peacekeeping quickly, while others languish for years. This variation is often tied to the ease with which the UN Security Council can reach consensus among its P5 members and other non-permanent members. The number, type, and speed of resolution adoptions on a conflict reflect not only the seriousness of the dispute, but also the implicit consensus on the nature and mechanism of UN intervention. A quicker and more decisive response from the UN Security Council can be vital in preventing further escalation of violence and protecting vulnerable populations. Despite its pivotal role, the UN Security Council faces inherent challenges in its peacekeeping endeavors. The consensus-driven nature of the Council, particularly the veto power of the P5, can lead to delays, compromises, or even inaction, especially when the interests of powerful member states diverge. Furthermore, the effectiveness of UN Security Council resolutions in influencing conflict outcomes is not always straightforward.